Wow, is this not amazing?
Your cameras.
I feel like one of those gross animals. Conventionally, it's nice to start off with a definition.
Marriage. Man, that sounds so excruciating now that I think about it. Marriage is a slow crucifixion.
You didn't mean to be
That literally, like, mom is slowly crucifying me. That's a very bad thing to say. But if you think about, like, marriage is a selfless act, and it's an ongoing relationship where if I thought about myself, I would have walked away a long time ago.
Now, I get these definitions a lot, that love is a mutual sacrifice or suffering. And although I get the points that people are trying to make, using these highly charged negative words I think can be very harmful, because people can conflate pain and suffering with love. The more pain that you endure, the more that you suffer, or vice versa, the more that you either love or are loved by a person. And that can get really harmful really quick. That is why I have my definition of love, which is that love requires a mutual vulnerability or a willingness to feel pain. The distinction with this definition is that you don't necessarily have to have pain to be in love with someone. You just need to be willing to experience that pain with someone. And this ties all back to my main point. It takes courage to love because you have to be willing to experience pain. And unfortunately, as many of us have experienced, oftentimes when you're willing to feel pain, people will hurt you. And after repeated offenses as people, it just makes sense for us to calcify in response to all these traumatic events, to put up our walls, to put on our bandages. But the sad thing about that is, as you put on more bandages, you not only don't feel pain anymore, but you just don't feel anymore altogether. You see, I've had a series of relationships throughout my life, and after a string of pretty bad relationships, I found myself calcifying and putting on my bandages, my main bandage being working. And this all changed when I met her. I didn't notice how many walls I had put up, and it seemed like with her, I was finally hearing the melody. Colors were more saturated, the highs were higher, the lows were lower. I was feeling again. And after 4 years, I felt like it was finally time for me to exercise what would be the most courageous moment of my life when it came to this concept of love. I was planning on proposing to this girl. I basically was asking him if you had any like small blocks of like mahogany or anything along those lines so I can make an engagement ring box. It's a pretty little thing, huh? There it is. Okay. I'm so excited. Wish me luck.
Oh my gosh.
All that to say, I tested my courage to love, and honestly, it wasn't something that happened instantaneous. It took time, and I think that that's honestly the biggest blessing, is when you find a person that can help facilitate your ability to heal and then to make those decisions for yourself. And I don't necessarily think it's cowardly if you don't love someone. You don't have to. But I think there's an intrinsic gravity or pull for all of us to find someone that we can be vulnerable with, to fully communicate with another person. And you could disseminate that amongst multiple people, right? It doesn't have to be you and your partner. It could be you and your family members, you and your children, you and your whatever. But either way, I think the main thing I wanted to talk about with this video is that it does take courage to love, to communicate and to be open to someone, and to let them in as much as they allow you to be in. And so, yeah, that's my little video. Peace.